Oh my word, we're not even in Mercury retrograde yet and it's already happening. It's all popping off. I have to look at some streaming software, so I do want to be able to come to you guys live and you guys can actually see when I'm coming. So I am going to be having them pre-scheduled and you're going to be kept in the loop as to all the content that is coming. We do have the webinar coming up and it is for the partial. We're moving through this partial, see? I'm already in the thick of it with this frequency with the eclipse, and it's bloody freezing here. I'm streaming from Western Australia the day of the eclipse as Pluto goes retrograde, and a lot of us are feeling a lot of this energy that is coming up next month, and you can feel a little bit anxious. If you're productive and you're following your instincts, what's going to happen is you're going to be really on your A game. You're going to be looking at things and you're going to be getting ducks in a row, you know. Hi, Angela. How are you doing, Dale? So I have created a webinar room, which is going to be, it's in the website basically, and it's linking into all the up and coming events. And there's also a little room you can go into once you've purchased your tickets. We do have the free and paid content coming up for the Twin Flames, as mentioned on the side screen in the chat. And that provides you guys with the tools for your ascension. There's quite a detailed report that's coming out for the first day of the month. Comes out at 6 p.m. for the Twin Flames, and that's free. And then the other side of it where we go into the mirror work is paid. Good morning. Your daughter's changed your channel. Oh, God. Yes, so I do have, there's been a lot going on with me in my twin flame path and my life. I can tell you tower moments, getting leveled up, daughter moved, we're moving, everything's happening. We did have a passing in the family as well. So it's been one of those juggling months, I think. But yeah, I am changing all the media around, and at some point the membership hub will be transferred to my channel so you can get all your tools, and I will be giving away freebie webinars that will be linked both to the website, so stay tuned for those. How successful it will run during Mercury retrograde, I don't know, because we're in the shadow. You're already feeling the shadow phase at the moment. Let's see what's coming through with the twin flame connection. Now, number one, both feminines and masculines are going to have these large shifts coming. Now, this is really setting us up for a very long time. We may think in layman's terms, eclipses tend to bring out, they're going to bring the yin and yang out. We are having Jupiter move into Aries next month, which a lot of you are going to be feeling it already. It is very fast-paced. We can come through next month a little bit egotistical because it's the house of self, so it's going to be like, I want this, I want that. The nervous system can be coming from that. Do keep your water up. Thanks, Stel. Do keep your fluid up because you're going to find that... Oh, God, yeah, who let the dogs out? You're going to find that you're going to get really dehydrated. So you're going to find with your chakra system and your ascension, you tend to find it's deemed as the place of self. It's first house placement. But in the chakra system, it's very Mars and orientational linked to your base chakra. So you'll find you want to go to the toilet and then you can't. You'll find you're getting dehydrated. You're going to be super thirsty. Crown chakra activation. So just keep your fluid up. Also, be very mindful of the eclipse. It's one of those times it's almost like you've got to let the wave of the energy go through. So it's not the best time to meditate. It's there to receive the download, to receive and understand, to purge if you need to purge. The best way to do it is more organically and naturally. So to be drinking fluid, eating light food groups, eating the food groups that will, yeah, funny, right? Eating the food groups that will balance your nervous system. And very much as Mercury goes retrograde next month, look after your wellness. You tend to find things going 100 miles an hour. We've got Jupiter and Aries coming. And so for masculines and feminines, there's going to be a lot of you guys, especially in the first wave, you're moving into a new chapter. So you're going to find this new chapter that's coming. It might look dismal initially. You might be like, I've given up. That's it. This is what... that's supposed to happen. It's actually quite a good sign because it means you've actually come to a place of acceptance. You're not controlling any longer and you're letting go. And so ironically, the letting go tends to be, you're kind of really shifting the focus. It's a little bit like this epiphany, it's survival instinct. And you kind of look backwards and you think, gee, my whole life's crumbling down around me. And it's when you shift your focus and the metaphorical getting life together. I don't know how many of you who have been on the path for a very long time, 90% of us that have been on the path a long time seem to say we get our crap together and bang, counterpart turns up. Why is that? Because you've shifted the focus onto the things you needed to address, which seems so very trivial, but it really does work that way. So I do see feminines at the moment, perfectly normal for you to feel a little bit anxious. Very separately, you can be looking at your wellness, your beauty, how a person sees you. You could feel old energies of betrayals and nostalgia coming up because of the thought processes. You also can have tension points relating to balance in life. It's very calm before the storm kind of energy. And although this eclipse may have external things happening, it is going to be for a longer term. So there is something inside of the feminines in society and inside of our value systems that is changing at a very permanent level. But also, this is going to be a bit of an interesting ride because this will be the first time in a very long time where divine masculine's astrology in the stars is all linking up. So where you thought everything was quiet, count your blessings because things are moving into hyperdrive and they may be more direct in their approach. So never take everything divine masculine says as gospel. And I don't mean that from a bad way. A lot of times we tend to get the, especially if you're expecting a response right away, you'll tend to get the answer, but it'll change in 2 weeks' time. So what I'm trying to say is allow people to digest the information you've given them. Not that they're lying, that it's okay. Let me just digest what you've said, divine feminine. Let me mull over that situation. So if you have had communication in the last few weeks and you've found that that's been quite difficult and, it's almost like, oh, it's over, it tends to take 2 weeks to digest. And sometimes that can be a point where we've been pushing a little bit too hard because we're feeling maybe frustrated, maybe insecure, or just sod it off and demanding an answer right away. And sometimes a person needs to digest that dinner. Dawn, winner, chicken dinner. Dawn, you're going to be fine. I totally know you're going to be fine. What other things do I need to tell you before we proceed forward with this reading? Okay, this month I have so bitten off more than I can chew, but because I had such a horrendous April, which I thought it was going to come next month, no, it happened early for me as a medium and also as a twin flame. I do feel some of you that are further into the journey, you're going to get 2 things going on. You're going to get this month's energy and this month's energy plus next month's, all happening at once for you, so you're prepared, but it might be so you can support other energies around you. It is going to be very busy. So if we thought that this was a really crappy month and we can say, hey, the last 5 months have been, I would say pretty much since October last year, it's been almost grueling where we've been feeling we've been going backwards. This is the slingshot and we may beg to go back to that. So I've been very, what would I say? Apprehensive, one can say. And I'm going to pull a crystal. What's this? Oh, God. Okay. This keeps sticking out to me. Now, I'll let you... I observe my surroundings and know I am divinely guided. Yes, intuitive, right? Improve peripheral awareness. Be aware of what's going on. Become the objective observer. Increase consciousness and reactions to others. When Jupiter moves into Aries, that's going to be a bit difficult. Be careful. We may need to Get used to being selfish, but in a healthy way. And a huge subject came up this week with my clientele, and as a psychic download. And it was, what does it mean to be divine? And it's coming back up again. And I do remember many moons ago, when I did have my separation and came back into, through my separation on, I don't know, the 50th time. On that occasion where I was in the journey, I do remember doing a video on YouTube and I was wearing a tie, and boy, did I come on YouTube and I had humanized the situation. I think we all who have been on the journey a very long time will come to a space where we call ourselves out, but we also go, okay, what does it mean to be divine? Because, sometimes when we're getting these downloads, we're having this information, we can get very frustrated by it. And sometimes some critical event can happen that actually pulls us away from the circumstance to humanize that person, but also to reevaluate what we can and can't do. So not necessarily the tower moments at the time for me were beautiful, but in reality, I saw the necessity for that to happen because I wasn't letting go. And so once I did let go, it was changing and evolving my needs within inside myself, that I could have benchmarks, I could have needs, I could have feelings to do with things, and I didn't have to be perfect, and I could express it, and I would not go quietly. Now, I do have Scorpio on my chart, and I do have Cancer on my chart, and I'm very, very patient, especially with the Libra energy. But that was a huge revelation for me. And that's sort of the analogy I'm seeing coming through for a lot of you. So you could get your ratty on, and you might want to really say something in relation to that circumstance. There could be a large event that happens. But this month, masculine is going to be different. Okay, increase mental, physical, and emotional flexibility. You will need to be during Mercury retrograde. So, because things are going to be coming at you, and you need to be kind to yourself also. So if this week you're kind of feeling like you've got to go do something, but you don't quite know what, be productive in your time management of anywhere where you have Gemini or Virgo in your chart, ATM, okay? Okay, you're going to be, everything you're doing is to go surrender. Jeez, I hadn't even looked at the bloody card. Surrender. Okay, we're having to give in to circumstances that are beyond our control. Some of you could be a bit worried. It's a little bit like push-pull. And I would say that some of you can be feeling automatically, oh my gosh, if I go into this, am I going to lose my control? Am I going to have power? And we all do have power, but it's in the foundation of what we're looking at. It's in the things that we need to address in our lives that, sometimes it's control related dynamics. I'm not saying this is a negative thing. I feel a lot of us are very tired and we're trying to, it's almost like Jesus, take the wheel. Can we just get there already so that we can just calm down? I sense that it is about surrendering to the emotions that come up, but potentially not projecting them, because that can be problematic. Really using that art of communication, which I will be doing some videos very soon. I'm pushing a lot of the content to get it done, very much organizing the things that I do on a regular basis here on YouTube, so I can start doing the twin flame and coaching content that I have promised for you guys. But it's a large, it's a large thing. So in the past, you kind of felt you were walking your truth. But to some degree, we were having this belief inside ourselves, and that's both masculine and feminine. There might have been an ultimatum. There might have been, okay, I have said it all. But there could be something that you are revisiting in relation to that, okay? So it can be, oh, gee, I really felt I was walking my truth, but maybe I didn't articulate that, as in-depth as I could. And I feel there's something to do with ourselves where we're having to revisit that circumstance. Okay, some of you are kind of feeling cursed in the heart, and it's weird that this has come up because I did put the a tarot card up for the members this month, and it was to do with the world. Was it the world or the wheel? Members, you guys can remember, but we have this in reverse, and I'm quite perplexed by that because I'm really not feeling any negative energy. I want to pull a clarifier. It's almost like you're feeling in the heart of the matter, between you, there has been a lot of bad luck. The wheel. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. There is something that is changing, and it can be sort of, it's almost like it's unexpected, but it's everything happens for a reason. It was very positive, the card that did come out in the members anyway. It was positive. It is assuring that we are going to have this new beginning, but sometimes those new beginnings can come in very interesting ways, and they can look a bit gnarly at first. Okay. Oh, good. What's this to do with? Okay. Something to do with money is changing, something to do with values, something to do with the thing that we like and love and desire. Okay. There has been a blockage maybe with external situations going on. Third-party energy. It might have been interferences. Definitely with Black Moon, Lilith, and Cancer, we've got shadow energy relating to tribe, family, and home. Okay. Yeah, it's more the fear-based frequency. I'm seeing that, maybe if you open your heart, you're going to be cursed. There is still an emotion that is coming up where you're feeling less sympathetic. Okay. Now, does less sympathy mean, how do I put this in the most beautiful, loving way? Biggest conversations I've been having with my masculine clients over the last few weeks, and they have really been going through something very similar to Divine Feminine, is their emotion relating to forgiveness and what that looks like. And forgiveness, like a lot of us, and this is almost, I'm seeing this lioness coming through. It's like, no, I've got to be firm. I've got to be strict. And I can't show my emotions, because if I show my emotions or forgive a situation, it means I'm condoning it. And when we're forgiving, it's not, I would say it's the wrong word. I would say, making peace with it doesn't mean we are saying that the circumstance was okay. Okay, that's what we've got to get. And I think sometimes we make our healing process towards ourselves less compassionate. It's almost like, oh gosh, why am I feeling these multiple facets of emotions? One minute I'm feeling very understanding and compassionate, when psychologically what was done was not acceptable. So why do I feel these mixed feelings relating to it? If I forgive an individual, doesn't mean they can hurt me again. No, because you're aware, right? But it also doesn't mean it was your fault that it happened at all times. So it's about taking a different spin on it and actually understanding, when we're carrying hurt, angst, pain, and anger, it's a burden. It really is. And I think you all can relate. It's like you're actually carrying it on your shoulder, and, it's kind of preventing you from allowing a person to love you. And that's the biggest thing, very Chiron and Aries. So this Jupiter in Aries moving through is really asking us spiritually to open our hearts to that perspective. I'll talk about that at the end. Okay, there's a bit of a mirror going on here. This is to do with the joint connection, but there is something to do with forgiveness. And I do feel there's something that's almost like, gosh, can I forgive this? Can we move forward? If it's quiet, is the quiet before the storm? But this is going to be quite emotional. I feel it almost protects both connections in the mix, that while we're going through this comprehension inside ourselves, when we reach resolution inside of it psychologically, it does feel very peaceful. It's crazy when I'm looking at these cards, but it feels that whatever these emotions are that are coming up, we're going to make peace with them. We're also getting to a space that we are going to be a little bit more open to be very transparent on how these situations had affected us. Now, okay, left or right for feminines? Feminines, masculines. Pick your poison, ladies. You don't have to be ladies. It's the empath energy. Definitely got to upgrade lighting too. Lisa, that is literally shit show. You're a day. Good grief. I'm enjoying the Johnny Depp, Meghan. Yeah, it's interesting. Look, Uranus and Taurus does relate to, these transits we're bringing up, especially from the full moon in Libra, was to do with justice, connections, divorces. But also when we add Uranus and Taurus in the mix, I did say it can mean that feminines will be in the media for good and bad things. Okay. We'll also have, and I have noticed the Scorpio can relate to certain countries. I'm definitely noticing, Taurus can relate to movies with Uranus and Taurus. We've seen, which I am going to do a video. For goodness name now. Come on. I was just looking at it last night. Elon Gates, is that? He bought Twitter. I looked at his chart. It's really good. Is that his name? I looked at his astrology chart and I was like, wow, that's a very unique individual. Very interesting, very, very interesting astrology. I was like, dang. Okay, so where are we going? Elon Musk. I will be doing a reading on him. He does need to look after his health. That's one prediction I do have. This month it can be a bit testing. He may get unwell, but he has a fantastic chart. It's amazing. So shit, what an innovator. So did we say left or right? See, I'm having a moment. I might be psychic. What have I done? Left to the left. What is that for feminines? Are you chucking yourselves out? Are you? Okay, we'll go to the left. Okay, be cautious of ego feminines. Now, if you might get headaches. I'm just going to say, so be careful of caffeine near the eclipse moving through. You're not really going to have a lot of time before we move into the next one. That's why I said jump on the webinar that I have on the website. You're going to want it. It's going to tell you how and where and what it's going to affect, including if you join the subscriptions there, you'll get that information too. Now, we have strength. It can be, remember, we're the intuitives, right? So it could be something that we're looking at and we're going, oh God, do I have power? Yes, you do, but sometimes it's not in the way you think. And some of you might be feeling that you don't have power. I'll just say that. But also that maybe you know everything. Maybe you understand everything that you've looked at. And sometimes one of the biggest blockages on twin flame path we go into is this rat race of looking at all the obstacles and knowing them, because we've been playing chess for so long and trying to walk on eggshells, which you probably never did with any other person in your life apart from your childhood, that by the time you get to this situation with your counterpart, you kind of really, it's a process of elimination. And what you'll come to is getting to a space that you just don't want to do that anymore. So it can be releasing it, not looking at what they would need to do, how it will come towards you, how it will play out, because that can block it. And that is a little bit like a manifestation. It tends to create more obstacles for that individual to come to you, because it is energy, guys. So sometimes it's confusing to navigate the matrix of it, but the one thing I can certainly tell you is it is a 3D situation, but the mind in the twin flame collective is very psychic. So when you tend to think on it too much, you're actually manifesting it, guys. So try to not understand time and space and understand how it works. You're creating that physical reality. So, but if you were thinking, oh my gosh, they haven't got on with my mum or my dad and there was conflict there, they would need to do this, they would need to do that. You're problem solving when universe has your back, and you're creating problems for universe to handle, and they're going to give you a pixelation of those situational shifts, which is going to look bloody messy. So the more you let go of that and you just go, this isn't productive of my head, and control that third eye, you're productively utilizing that. So I'd say clear your third eye. Not today, because we are having, in the next, for you guys, it'll be tomorrow, you're having the eclipse. I'm in Australia, so I'm bloody getting it first. Take 3 days. Then do the clearing, okay? Inner child if you need to. Eat the food groups, go out in Mother Nature, connect to Earth, do some breathing exercises, allow. So it's like, don't push, be productive with what you can do, use your time wisely, caution with communication and ego. But I feel for many of you, it's, you're feeling tired, you're feeling run down. I would say if you need to eat meat, I probably would try and avoid that unless you have specialty diet needs, okay? Go and have a look at the chakra reports inside of the Twin Flame Hub that I have on the website. So it'll tell you the diet that you can use per star sign separately and in the Twin Flame path. Ah. Okay, they're going to be up in your grill. They're gonna have you're going to have feelings that the person is right next to you. You're going to have feelings where you can see it's almost like you're feeling, smelling, you're sensing it's coming. Okay, there's the sense that this is coming, but it's not. It's in the 3D. It's not in your. It's like you feel it. You can, like I said, it's a different sense. It's a different sense to do with this. I'm also getting that your sixth sense could be actually quite calm. And I feel if you're getting that, it's a good sign. Now, the other sign that can come through is you tend to get a bunch of karmics coming out of the woodworks. And I know it's frustrating. I've so been there, but it's you end up going, gee, it's a little bit like The Walking Dead. You know, they all come out. They're like vultures, and you're like, shit, where are these ones been? There's this one over here. There's that one over there. And it's like honey to the bee, okay? It's a compliment. It doesn't feel like it at the time, but it is a compliment. They're like moths to the flame, okay? It's just the way it is. Masculines, they're in their fearless energy, so look out, feminines. They are not taking any crap, and that's with nobody, point blank zero. Speak less, listen more. No, they're about to say something, okay? They're going to tell you how they feel this month. So this eclipse, yes, they, as you, will be feeling this nervous energy coming through. But the thing is, it's in reverse. They're going to tell you, okay? They're going to tell a whole, they're going to be very passionate. They're going to know what they want this month. They're going for the stars. You may feel semi-crap what just happened because I feel this individual, both of you are protected, but don't look at each other as the enemy. You know, 9 times out of 10, it's the crap in our own life that's going on that amplifies that situation. 100% is their BS on the journey. That is not even a thing that I would ignore. You can't. But it doesn't mean it remains that way. Okay, 3 cards. Anything we need to know? I see this to be very positive. A lot of emotions coming up. I just feel it's almost like they've one way I described it in one of the videos I did was the masculines were walking along, fell in a ditch, and then bang, jumped back up, and it was like chalk and cheese. It was so different in energy, but it was very quick. So psychically, I'm seeing them coming into duality with the 3. And it's bold, it's Jupiter energy, it's being fearless, it's respecting their emotions, being this feminine energy on the card. I'm not feeling this is to do with the person. I'm feeling inside of their own life, they're getting to a point, they're rising like the phoenix, and they're really moving out of circumstances that do not resonate with them. For some reason, I'm getting a channel message that they're very protective of you. They're not going to allow anyone to speak disrespectfully about you. It's protector mode. But I also feel if they had been MIA and maybe not feeling as though, how would I say it? They hadn't really been owning their power, and maybe somebody was helping them, supporting them, verbalizing things. This will be a very different experience with your divine masculine, because I do feel this person is, how would I put it? Not going to be taking any crap this month. It's good to say. I'm happy for them. Gosh, I hope he's not. Oh, okay. They know this conversation is coming with divine feminine. They know that the person they used to be, the person you always saw them to be, did feel as though it was frustrating. It was like watching an old friend die. Okay? So it's sort of like you're looking at them in the past and you saw the full potential, right? But they know that the way you're seeing it is like, you know it's going to happen, but it hasn't happened. And it kind of feels, you know, there's disillusionment. So they do know that in the mix with communicating with you, They know how this is going to play out. They're not stupid. They do feel as long as they're transparent, it's going to be fine. But they know that you're going to want to talk about the devil in the detail. Is there chemistry between you guys? Yes, there is. Right. Now, what is there that we need to know to do with this future? There is going to be a judgment here. I do feel it's almost like repair. We fucking got it again. I did see a split in the collective, and I do feel this month coming is going to be that, and it's going to be are you, aren't you energy. And I feel no matter what, you're going to have a good outcome, but it can be moving in a totally different direction. So I feel it is about choice, and that can be where spiritually each individual is, be it, you know, you decide that you're going to do this, but I do see a brand new chapter coming. There is positivity here. We do have the wheel again. I told you it come up during the week. With divine feminines, what's going on? You guys do need to be careful this month, okay? After the eclipse, moving into the next month, be careful with the people that are coming into your life. I do feel some of you are going to have multiple options. But you also, you know, some of you may not even want that. Yeah, it's gonna, the world's your oyster. Like I said, I kept saying the moth to the flame. And whoever's shining bright, you know, you're going to be getting it, but you do have more power than you think. But just be understanding of how this can play out, because there's going to be a lot of secrets and dirty secrets coming out. You may actually have some secret admirers that you didn't know, and they don't want to come out and want to kind of reveal to you that they have feelings for you. You may be taken back by that. Okay. I don't know why I'm getting judgment. What is this judgment about, place? There's going to be a judgment this month. And when I say this month, I mean next month. Yeah. Okay, there is going to be a judgment, so we need to be ready. Okay, feminines, what's going on here? Are you dealing with a karmic? Who is this karmic individual you're dealing with? Divine feminines. Seriously? I think twin friends have... Let me reread that. I think twins friends have a thing for me. Be careful, because that's what's coming up. There's a karmic energy around. There's somebody on the prowl. You be careful what you're going into, feminines. Don't go into no karmic bloody friggin'. Yeah, you like, you know. Oh God, I know. We've got the karmic energy here. Okay, in your heart, you're blocking it. You're not letting anyone in. It's kind of funny because after such a long time, you know, your mind has been going at 100 miles an hour. You're very protective of yourself at the moment. There's something here relating to a karmic. I feel this could be a conversation. Let's get into it. I'll pull 3 cards and then which one do I want to use? How many of you, okay, there is going to be a conflict in relation to this karmic individual. Now, I feel it's between this week moving over into, you know, the next eclipse, but I do feel there's a bit of a showdown. I feel that it's almost like you may bump into this individual. I feel you may confront this individual and push back. For some reason, it's almost like you're confronting them, but you also could be attracting an individual in. So be careful, because it could be a bit karmic-y. Also, just, you know, taking second best. Don't take second best. And it doesn't mean to say it's in relation to masculine. I'm not talking about that. I mean, you know, just giving up on your hopes and dreams and your benchmark. Don't do that. You've done a lot of work on yourselves. Expect the best. Expect the best that, you know, of what you are deserving of. Okay. One more card about this karmic situation. You could be asking, are you the karmic? Karmics don't ask if they're karmics. If you're not changing, you're being your own karmic, okay? Okay, this is a singular message. For those of you that are dealing with a masculine that isn't a karmic relationship and you've heard a whole lot of white noise, do not enable. Because it is not going to change while we are having both sides going on. Do you understand what I'm saying? So some of you can have this fear that you're kind of thinking, you know, they're with a karmic and they're dealing with this. It doesn't mean the connection's over. It means by you keeping everything the same, you know, Dawn, come and help me, sister. How many times were you dragged into crap with the karmic situation? It's like, stay with me, keep me company. And it's like, no, let them sit in the witch's cauldron. Trust me. Let them sit in it. Because that's what's blocking your blessings. Because you're feeling guilty, you empathize, you understand. It doesn't work, guys. It doesn't work. It extends the karmic. Because we're having a belief to do with it. Now, that is one big message for the feminines. If you're having a belief to do with the karmic, and sometimes you don't even know you're having empathy for them, but they're sick, but they're an alcoholic, but they've got children, that's not your life. That's your belief system in your life. Don't enable the karmic polarity, because what happens is we energetically, remember what I said ages ago, our head, our mind, our conditioning keeps that situation there. And I tell you, as I've been in this room, it's getting brighter and bloody brighter. I actually feel something could come out in relation to the karmic. Oh, this will be interesting. No. This is supposed to be divine feminine, divine masculine. I feel there's a tower moment coming. I feel there's some dirt that's coming out. I've got a feeling this karmic may be snooping on you, but I also feel this karmic could have a third party. I've got a feeling they've got a side hustle gig there. What the devil is going on with that? That can be because of Mercury moving into retrograde. It may be that they're actually having unresolved feelings relating to a past tense person. Let's put this thing here. Do protect your space, guys. Use Tumblr. Obstinate. All right. Oh, their luck has gone to the past. No. Be interesting what I see for the first week of April for these guys. April, May. There's a bit of manipulation going on here. Their luck has gone to the past. It's in the past tense position. I don't know. You guys are going to bump into these individuals. There's going to be a subject relating to them. There could be something to do with family and children. This could be also a legal document. I can't advise you legally. Oh, they like drama. This drama, it's almost like they're addicted to drama. They're trying to delay a situation. I feel this is something to do with money and revenge. Something may slightly go in their favor. Oh, God. Okay, feminines, be careful. This person's after you. This person wants a piece of you. Yeah, they want a piece of you. That's kind of weird. This person's obsessed with you. I don't feel this is a romantic partner. I feel this is linked to your masculine side. It's almost like I'm getting the single white female. But it's weird. It's almost like they're in love with you and they're fussing over you, but they should be fussing over the other person. But you get what I'm saying. There is the vibe here of a little bit of a crazy person, no shade. But this person is literally obsessed with you. Their insecurities are coming up. They may change their hair. They may change their makeup, their clothing. It's like they're going to mimic you and copycat you. Just watch yourself, okay? Because this person's not right. This person is not right. There's a face-off between two, divine feminine and the karmic. There is a freaking face-off. I don't feel you need to say anything. I feel you're just like, you're coming through like this. Yes. What is your problem? I tell you, you'll be fine. This person's crazy, I'm telling you. I'm not channeling that any further. Okay, so number one is, I think if divine masculine was stuck, I don't get this vibe it's going to go negatively. I do get this vibe that there's going to be some breakthroughs. It might be quiet for a bit, but I think intuitively you'll know when this person is coming back. I also feel if there's a major conversation to have, you'll intuitively know when to have it. And they do know what this conversation is going to be. But I just say, when you guys do start shifting, communicating, moving, I do feel, things to do with family, things to do with children, gossip coming out. I kind of, the analogy they're showing me is moth to the flame. So it's going to be quite literally who let the dogs out. So you're going to have some dramas coming towards you, but they're only because they can see that the connection is moving. So it's a positive thing in the long run. It's just a frustrating thing in the interim. Okay. How many of you in communication with your twins? Anyone want to have a chat and talk about what experiences you guys have been having? I'm actually glad I'm unfriended by him. That won't be long. That's been happening quite a bit this week, but it's usually because something's going down and they're ready to leave. It's not to do with you. It's to do with them. And look, over the years, one thing I did learn with my masculine, if he turned his phone off, if he unfriended me, he had shit going down, and usually towards the karmic, and it wasn't about me. So it was thanks for telling me. You go over there and you let that woman tell you what to do. And it was more to shut the person up than anything. And that's control. That's not love. That's control. That's not fair on a human being. And nobody's going to take that for the rest of their lives. This chair needs oiling. Yeah, it's not permanent. Remember, these transits, they're like a rebirth. Like, if we feel gnarly, they're going to feel it, and it's going to be large. I'm ghosted too. No real. Yeah. The last 5 months have not been great astrology for anyone's relationship. It has been grueling, grinding, and nothing romantically. Speaking of such, it's been money, emotions, purgatory. So now is the real energy that's going to come, which is going to be very different. But it is going to bring these people back from the past. We're going to realize, in order to have that happy future, we're moving forward. We're deciding to be with a true connection that resonates with us. So it's calm, but mark my words, the psychic download I did have was everyone returning to media to go, why is this happening now? And it reminded me back in 2017 when, I was on YouTube. A lot of twins were in communication, and I was quite baffled at the, a large amount of them were. And it was during that time I was with my twin, and we did move into separation. And then we had a reconciliation, which I'm here, So that's what I'm seeing play out again. And I do see for a lot of the twins, it's waking back up again. It's moving. Some of you might have moved on with your life. You might have moved locations, moved careers, and now it feels like it's waking up again. And you're probably wondering, oh God, right back to, and it's not back to square one. Don't feel it's back to square one. It's a new chapter. It's a new opportunity. You've had time to digest and evolve, and it's going to be something different. I don't mind, because I'm more at peace with talking to him. But the guy I spoke about is obsessed with me. Can't run away from him. Well, you got to be careful, because that situation is going to cause complications. Otherwise, it's your call. It's your path. I've told you my reading. It's up to you what you do. That's the thing with our, with our life and our choices. They're choices in a life Happens. The connection is just feeling off. Oh, Dawn, you're damn right. Mercury's going retrograde. You're going to be like, did I see it right? Dawn, I told you, just bloody do it. Dawn, do it. Cleared the house for the eclipse. She's moving her stuff out with her to Michigan. Angela, do you know, I think this is going to be good, Dale. Do you know why? It's almost like if she was even remotely psychologically, if she was, it's not going to remain a permanency, right? So with that situation is going to end. What then would that person do? Do you know what I mean? And I don't feel even the being away, it's regression back. You know what I mean? Nothing but 5D for 30 months. Yeah, like I've said in many other videos, generally when a masculine or your twin is with a karmic, you are entertaining another energy or you're mentally healing it. And so when we have two doors open, the new one does not open. Because it's it ends up being, and that's why you're having no movement with your twins. And it sounds crazy because then in your in your 3D life, you're kind of saying, well, they're not here, so why can't I have something? But you're still thinking on them. So are you actually here? And universe always requires you to be present in the truth. And if you're not, they don't give you what you want. They give you a bunch of things to comprehend, and it's like it becomes a simulation of the 7 stages of healing. Once you accept a situation, and I remember going through my phone, and I wasn't in relationship with individuals, but I would have an ex on Facebook, and maybe they friended me on Instagram, and it was like it went by eons ago. And so I had a very purgatory situation and graced them with the blessing of who they were in my life. And I literally cut everyone off. It was like, no, you be free. You go do your life. I know that, it was either a wonderful situation, a shitty situation, but I cut it off because I had to start choosing to live authentically to where I was, not where I was in the past. But this Mercury retrograde will help you look at that. No person generally is going to be a solution. If in a romantic sense, emotionally, what's coming up is you're getting to a stage of thinking you'll feel safe with that person. Where is that coming from? Look at where that's coming from. Is it due to job insecurity? Is it due to fear of being able to have to make a decision, or, who would be there for you? That is a you problem then. And you might hate my guts for saying it, but you'll find if you go into that connection, and it is something very trivial that you can deal with, which at the time, generally, it doesn't feel bloody trivial. I'll be perfectly honest with you. You tend to get to the point you go, crap, why have I got myself in this? Oh, thanks, Steph. Yes, it's the angle of the, the light. It's been approximately a month now. Yeah, I do feel they're going to be waking up out of the hatchet nest at the moment, and they're having a good time with that. Non-divine feminines on here are having a good time with our DMs. I don't understand that. I had this chat too. I think it was in my coaching sessions, and we were talking about karmics. And I mentioned this in the private group message. So in the members hub, there is a video that I do talk about that situation of the beliefs that we do have. And remember, the emotions relating to forgiveness are coming up, and that is for both masculines and feminines, and it can be to do with perpetrator victim consciousness. The thing is, when we look at it, when a person actually if there's a betrayal in a connection and they're going into another, again, it's the same situation. Am I avoiding a problem that I directly can fix? Was it based on a person going into a relationship because of another person being more attractive, or was it because maybe they had financial issues, and it could be masculine or feminine. It doesn't have to be one sex there. Sometimes it's not as romantic as you think. And if that person maybe felt that you were above their, benchmark, yeah, they're going to pick something that matches their benchmark, because it's this expectation and feeling that we need to grow beyond. And we feel we can't get there right away because there's nervousness, anxiousness. So we kind of move into a situation that feels more comfortable. I keep saying to him, he's never going to leave the toxic crap. Oh, it depends on the situation, like if you're in communication with that individual, how is it playing out, Dull? It depends on the context. The karmic is kicking up. Oh, really? Yeah, I'm telling you, who let the dogs out? It's all coming out. Gossip, shady behavior, illicit affairs, that's Scorpio. Scorpio's great for occult, Akashic records, wisdom, spirituality, psychic energy, cultural diversity. Be careful with me this month, they always did that. Yeah, so again, it depends on the context, and that's where the coaching sessions and the booking can link that wound, and then it can transform, because it is both energy of healing from past life situations, how you clear that out, okay? If you don't, and we're in this, it's always going to be this way. Is there something, and go and look at what they're doing, right? Write down ideals of what they're doing on a piece of paper and say they need to address this. Is it healthy boundaries? Is it addictive tendencies? Whatever those things are. And yeah, Jupiter and Pisces will bring those up. It can be something that we do actually look at, a belief system. If you do have a twin, and maybe your thought process was, okay, they're having an addictive tendency, but I see the true person they are, and it is what it is. It's never going to change. When we had Chiron and Pisces, we had that situation go down, and I did have a lot of clients that were going through that. This year we have Jupiter in that area, which has expanded it. Now, next month it's moving into Aries, which means place of self, got to get your shit together, right? And it's, what are you doing? Can you do it? Is this working for you? You need to move beyond the wound, because it's the 12th house to the 1st house. Now, the 12th house is the place of the undoing. So they can be habits that the masculines have, belief systems towards their self, grievances they had towards exes, maybe that cheated on them and took them for a ride, maybe lied about the DNA of their children. So it's a pretty shitty transit. So moving from that placement over to Aries, where it will be there till October, that's going to help them go into the 1st house placement of, no, I'm not going to take this crap. No, I am going to speak and understand that just because I got married, just because maybe I've got the white picket fence, the husband or the wife, and, it's all entangled, if it's looking like a bloody prison, it is not going to be like that forever. And so the 1st house placement kind of kicks our asses and says, is this good enough for you? Is that acceptable? And that will only really resonate unless the person spiritually is going, what the crap am I doing? So yeah, what you'll find is this year we do have Juno retrograding in Pisces, which I do have a webinar on the website. Go through and join it. It's going to tell you exactly how it will affect divine feminine and masculine. Because it is the asteroid of marriage, and it does link to soulmates, twin flames, karmic energies, which I'll be covering inside the webinar. When it retrogrades, that can be a lot of changes inside of the twin flame collective. And the judgment day relating to that area can be to do with hopes, dreams, aspirations, psychology, value systems and the connection, what we do in past times to actually cope with our stresses. It could be, putting on a facade that everything's okay, but maybe it's not. It may be, use of pacifiers, addictive tendencies that come up for judgment. But I do find when it goes direct, there is a direct change. So it can be for those that are in communication, bang, they go into no communication. But through that portal, there is a rebirth, okay? And it's going to be very different. So it can be tower moments, it can be tower moments with karmics, changes. Some zodiac signs will get union. The union portal, I would say, from here, you guys are probably thinking, yeah, crickets. And I have been seeing a lot of crickets, which means change in direction, right? But I'm talking grasshoppers. I'm talking about real large grasshoppers. So it's a change in direction. You find you're probably thinking, like I said, crickets, nothing's moving. I remember, and I was talking to Giggle just before reunion. I had my reunion, and I remember sitting, and I chose to do my purgatory experience. It was near eclipses as well, and it was happening around New Year's Eve. And I was like, no, you know what? I've lived this year alone, and I put myself in the naughty corner. I chose to, in my separation, not go into a karmic relationship. I chose to look inside myself. Anytime I was having an issue, I wasn't looking to another person to solve it. So if I had an emotion, I was feeling lonely, and maybe I was being offered a relationship, so I was like, yeah, you're not my solution, I'm my solution. And I'm really, really grateful that I had that circumstance and where I did put myself in the naughty corner, because I did have a lot of revelations where I believed a different kind of value of love, a different way of viewing love. And I think it did look like the inner child. And so once I address those things, you know, this movement that's coming through, all of us are going to be having a brand new chapter. And that can be scary, because we do need to let go of the past. With Black Moon, Lilith and Cancer, it is to do with our conditioning. Might be that somebody's saying you're crazy, it's never going to happen. Remember, energy is energy. Sometimes we really do contradict ourselves, and I think the contradiction merely comes from a place of fear, not necessarily a reality. Letting go, actually looking at each day what you can do. So is it that you're feeling from a spiritual point of view that you can't communicate with them because they did angst by you? That's not true. Is there a circumstance where a person can change their mind? 100%. 100%. Can it be repaired? Yes, 100%. What do you want out of your life? Have you re-looked at what's changed for you? Not just for them, for you. What's changed for you? How has this actually benefited you? You know, your conditioning, your beliefs, your hopes, your dreams. You know, many times when we come into connections, it's very cookie cutter. It's very white picket fence. You get married, you have kids, and that's it. But I do feel with the North Node and Taurus, it's actually saying how in society has that changed. You know, there are negative feminines in, society. There are positive feminines in society too, but it's going to be personal to you. Anyone want a super chat before I love you and leave you? Otherwise, the updates for the star signs are going to be very different to what I have provided for a while. They're going to be general channeled messages. We're going into singles, couples, and twin flames. And that's for the month of May. So I hope you enjoy them. They are taking quite a while. They're about 20 to 30 minutes long. So you can look at it, especially for the in-betweeners. And if you do enjoy them, I'll be happy to do more throughout the month. But we'll see how they go this month. So I used to do the channel messages per star sign. And that was actually quite positive. What's going? Let's see what's coming through for Giggle. You're prepared. You're prepared. You're like, say what you. You're prepared emotionally. I think, whatever you went through, it's sort of like you've got to the point that you're emotionally and psychologically prepared, but it's not like the little schoolgirl and you're like, oh my God, the celebrity's here. It's more, what's happening? What's up? That's kind of where you come to. That's where you're at this point. I don't feel you're going to fuss and it's going to be like, there's going to be ringing bells from the door going, getting the makeup on, getting the hair, you're just like, this is it. This is where it's at. What's this? I feel it's more the frustration of feeling like there's things that you're trying to deal with But you're not, I don't feel you're nervous. I don't feel the nerves are coming from you. If nerves are coming through, it's actually saying that it's coming from their side of the fence, that they're nervous towards you. I do feel they're thinking about you quite a bit. They're kind of like, oh, wow, I really put my foot in the doo-doo, didn't I? It's keeping them up at night. I wouldn't be surprised if you see them on the internet where you're checking it, and they're kind of up there and you notice that they may be active. Or I can see that they're active, but they're keeping up at night. They know that they have to fix this. Does that make sense? It's like, oh shit, I've really put my foot in a doo-doo here. I've really got to fix this. And you're cool. You're cool and collected. And that's scaring the crap out of them. Oh, wow. Okay, shield yourself. Yeah, they're shitting themselves. You're like, look, I got my ducks in a row. I know who I am. So they know they've got, like, they're freaking out. They know they've got to come in. At the moment, they're very, very nervous. Because they know that they really messed up. They know that what they did was really shitty. Egotistical, let me put it that way, because I'm seeing the tiger on the actual shield, and I was like, wow, I was in a bit of inner child going on there, a bit of man-child. Star of the show in a very negative way. They were saying the show was good, by the way, just an FYI. They were a bit embarrassed. I hope in a contextual way you understand what I'm saying, because I'm trying to keep coded there. Yes. They know they need to lower their guard. Let me put it that way. They do know they need to lower their guard. Communication. They are very unhappy in their life, and you do bring them happiness. I do see this as you're ready. You're going to know when this is going to come, and they know they actually have to make that actual movement. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I'm saying that it's them that's actually going to come towards you. Are they going to be stable? Probably not. They're going to be nervous. They're going to be a little bit like, I'm hearing the deep voice, but I'm seeing the chest, it's like knowing, pride cometh before a fall. I don't see it negative. I think you're going to make them squirm a bit. You're going to be like, yes. Don't you hate it? That part we love, all right? That's a different style of enjoying awkwardness. It's like, oh, this is a change of the wheel. Yeah, but I see the conversation playing out that way. I see this person being very like, God, what did I do this for? So they kind of feel a bit buggered. They feel that they are thinking about you quite a bit, but they also know they're going to make peace with you before anything else could happen. So universe has protected you. Who's we got next? Let me check. So giggle. Update on DM and journey, please. Awesome craft. How are you? Are you new? How are you? I'm seeing this person to be quite tall. Am I correct? I'm seeing an individual that's very tall. It is, but it isn't. It is technically a choice, but it's a spiritual connection. I see this person standing very tall, okay? I do see this person. Hi, Ben. I do see this person standing really tall. I do feel there is a bunch of people that depend on this individual. Do you understand what I'm saying? They do have a very, very spiritual connection with you. So it might have been that you guys were friends. Like, they do see you more than just a partner. Do you understand what I'm saying? Internally inside of their life. And I don't know whether it's that it could be siblings, it could be there's a group of people that really depend on this person, and they're very, very strict. Yes, there is. He has taken responsibility. Yeah, Dale, he's so I'm seeing this it looks like a gentleman, okay? It doesn't have to be, but this is what I'm saying. It's a gentleman. I feel they've got dark hair. They're wearing a white shirt. They could be wearing jeans. They wear very clean clothes. They're tall, but they're lean. They're looking at a whole field full of people, and it's just so daunting for them. Psychically, it's like when I see them standing there, it's almost like, and it's what I keep saying Lucy as a kind of an analogy that's coming through. It's like, it's just a close-up. It's like, how the hell can I have a life when I've got all this crap going on? You could join them in that polarity if you choose, but if they've got 101 Dalmatians going on, do you get my gist? And you're going, wow, you gotta come here and you gotta be with me, and this is the way it's gonna be. You may need to tap into their psychology and see what they're addressing. It's not that you're not going to have the connection. It's that what they're directly looking at the moment is, shit, how the hell do I deal with this? Okay, so you've got to change your approach, because all this, it's like that doesn't go away. What do they do with those things? There could be a sister figure that is very, how do I explain it? This could be a younger sister, but there's a female energy. I don't feel this is romantic. And this person's going to do quite well, but he's very concerned. Okay. So does that make sense, my love? I do think it's going to sort, but I think what you directly need to understand is where they're coming from. And I think I went through this with my twin. It was like we all have these notions spiritually, psychically. It's like, this is how it's going to go. But then when we step back and we actually look at the painting, we can actually tackle it differently. And I feel that's the advice for you, is understand what this person is dealing with. Maybe take your time. Don't rush things so much. Because I think if you're putting pressure on that situation, it's just going to be something that's very unspoken. You don't need to speak about it. I would say go with the flow with it. I do feel the circumstance is going to change. I also feel this emotion of a person that's maybe past, and it might have been how they become responsible for these individuals. I would say it's not gone. It's not going anywhere. It is yours. Just stand by that person and observe. Do you understand what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense, and I hope that's helped in some shape or form. Yeah, they do care for you, but they're kind of like, crap, and how the hell am I going to do this shit? Speak candidly. Actually hear them out. I think you might actually form that bond deeper. We aren't talking at the moment. You will be. Yeah, you will be. I don't see it over. I do see it's like it can be because of this circumstance going on. I don't feel they're gone from you, Dale. I just feel that what they're looking at right now is, it's like petrified. It's like, oh, God, how do I deal with this? It's not permanent, so don't freak out. All right. Who do we have next? I hope that helped. Kerry, how you doing, my love? Kerry, get organised. You're most welcome. If I have time this month, I may do extra super chats. Kerry, Lois. Cheer up, Lois. You're going to be busy as well. You got things coming up with your business this month. Kerry. You're going to see them again. You know what? I feel you're going to go back to your mum's. You can have some at the hairdressers. You could have some situation going on. I feel you're going to be pulled in a few directions. I kind of get this feeling that when you do go home, you're going to come back again, because you're going to feel pulled in two directions. And it's almost like you're feeling to yourself, you do want to be there, but you don't. It's like, I do feel you're split at the moment, and it's going to cause issues. It's going to make you feel that you're pulled in too many directions. I feel you might have to go somewhere at a drop of a hat. I feel intuitively, you know that, I don't know, you're going to hear some gossip about a car. You could hear some more gossip coming through. You may need to slow down to feel your feelings. I feel, sometimes we can go from highs to lows, and those highs to lows can, how would I put it? The lows aren't necessarily going to tell you the truth. They're going to tell you the lie. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because they're disillusionment. So I'm hearing the disillusionment energy, but I do feel you're going to get news. I do feel there could be someone coming to the door. The karmic energy is feeling very jealous towards you, and not necessarily you want that. The reason I say that is because once a person actually has the green-eyed monster on you, it doesn't have to be witchcraft that a person does. The evil intent there actually can come through in your body. I'm also being shown, and you don't want that. You don't want what I call it the toots. You don't want the toots on you, because it kind of it chucks a bunch of pebbles in Hansel and Gretel's path, and that's just ultimately not fun. You keep falling over, you're getting up, you're wondering why, that's happening. I'm seeing also you need to eat, okay? You need to eat. I feel you've been getting lightheaded. You need to pay attention. You might need to check up. If you've been getting dizziness, get it checked. She is, but that's her energy. Try to not tune into her energy. Remember, I told you don't want to tune into that person's energy, because they're going to come through with that insecurity, angst, and you're going to embody it, and you don't want that in your aura. You're moving though. There's a move. There's a choice between two locations, but it can be that you're just traveling a lot. Be careful driving. Definitely. Between now and next month, you be very careful driving. With Jupiter in Aries, we're going to see fast airplanes. We're going to see fast vehicles, things to do with the police and the media. Changes with schooling systems. On the love front, yeah, get your ducks in a row with your paperwork as well, love, because that's really going to mess you up next month. It's going to drive you crazy. If you're worried about the karmic getting married, don't. They're saying it's not happening. Okay? There's no. There is nothing like that happening, my love. You do not need to worry about it. I'm also feeling you're going to find something that you didn't know you had. Something that was missing. Okay? Have a good night. Hi, Ben. How are you? Okay, I'll just do Lois's. How you doing, Lois? Why am I seeing you got some things happening? And I know you're probably feeling really unmotivated. Going, oh, I don't want to get it done. There's something on your premises happening that's changing. You're also getting you're getting a lot of energy coming through also with your love interest, and that can be in a psychic kind of energy where it's coming through. I feel that look, it could be more coming through on your daughter's side, to be perfectly honest. And that could be confusing you quite a bit. Like if the message is coming through different individuals, it could be confusing you a bit. That's okay, Kerry. You can literally feel you're peeling yourself off the pavement. Have you got Capricorn in your chart? Capricorns, look after yourselves. Is Lois here? Lois! I'm getting that there is, you're getting pulled in different directions, but there's something to do with your career coming up. In your love interest, it's like there's a change going on in their life. But I also feel there's a person who wants to work with you, maybe somebody who had worked with you before, and they feel as though they're wanting to turn business into pleasure or pleasure into business. But there's something there in the mix that is coming through where it's, do you get what I'm saying? Whatever you're doing on the property, though, I feel it's going to be quite lucrative. But I also feel you still, you know what it's like. Us women that were, or people, point blank zero, when you're being in the energy work field, you tend to transform that energy and you do something else. So I kind of feel in some shape or form you're going to be doing something spiritual, Lois. I feel, you know, going from maybe where you were with the nursing, I see you, that's your energy. So it can be that it's almost like you're recovering, you're recouping, but there can be something that you're doing that is going to end up being like workshops and seminars. It could be something spiritual that you do on the property. It could be like herbalism or something like that. But I feel you're trying to map out maybe what's going to work for you, but it seems to be coming through in a sense of life purpose. I do feel your love interest in your life is, that's why it's coming through. Your love interest also, you feel they need to speak up. You feel at the moment they are a little bit of a victim, but just remember, just like in your life, the things that you've achieved, they too can achieve those things. They're closer down that road, and I remember channeling messages for you before where I was seeing this individual. They were actually walking down a dark road. I'm actually seeing them at the foot of your dirt driveway. So I feel wherever this person is, they do appear to be a lot closer than you think. That actually made me nervous seeing that, but have fun with that. That's probably because you will be. Yeah, Capricorn and Aries do have a lot of heavy energy coming up, and especially, you know, Capricorn, you're just not going to want to enable anyone at the minute. You just don't. Do you know what I mean? You're going to want to change your clothing, your style. I mean, the hard part is with these retrogrades is the fact that Pluto goes retrograde as well. And for you, that's personal. It's first house placement. So spiritually, you could be like I just saw the Emperor's clothes. It's like, this doesn't work for me. This doesn't fit me. I want to kick a habit. I want to, you know, I want my femme back. It's just like this huge shake up. There you go. Yeah, so I'm seeing it's like I can see dust. You know, it's either the entry into the property and just dust everywhere, but they're walking. They're walking. I don't know why they're walking. Maybe it's like a metaphor for the hero's journey, but I do see this person and they are not far away, my love. They are at your premises. So have fun with that one. With this other person, they are very serious with you, but I feel it's almost like you like it, but it's not your one. Do you know what I mean? And that's the hard part because we don't want to hurt anyone, but, you know, you really do enjoy their company. But I just see that it's almost like losing a soul friend when you don't have that connection there. If you get my gist, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, who do I have next? We've got some mix-ups happening. Nope, you don't belong in here. Shoo. I call them the Kinder Surprise cards. Cha! How you doing? Hi, Dal. How are you? Are you ready for the eclipse? Are you prepared for it? I'm not. It's happening for me today. Cha, what are you doing, Dal? Okay, you're going to get news, Dal. Have you had some bad news? Have you had some bad news in your circle, like you're from a friend, relating to twin? How are you? Yes, you dog. I have not heard anything yet. Yeah, I kind of get a feeling there's going to be news that are passing person, and I hate saying this, right? It doesn't feel it's in your direct circle. It feels more it's somebody that had, you know, passed. But I do feel for you, Char, there's you can be getting a lot of downloads. You could be getting a lot of information coming to you, but I do feel you're going to have information relating to an individual that has transcended over. I feel it's almost, and look, it could just be an anniversary. It doesn't have to be something that happened most recently, but I feel there's a it's either an anniversary or it's that you're getting direct news that somebody had passed over. I also feel that for you, you're looking at relationships very differently now. You could be a little bit more bold this month, and you may, it's a little bit like you're ready to say, look, I just want it all. You know, just I don't just want this much, I just want it all. But you could be a little bit strict with yourself and be really this month, be very careful looking after your health. You do have like attracts like, so it's almost like you're bringing energy back towards you. But you're going to have to do the R&R, okay? You're having a rebirth. This can be, again, I'm hearing the Empress close. You're wanting to change your appearance. If you felt that maybe that person wasn't attracted to you, don't think that. It's not true. It's not a thing. That's what my daughter says. Mum, it's not even a thing. 18-year-old children. She even said to me the other day, she goes, I'm not a child. I'm not getting paid a child's wage. I'm like, honey, we all start at the bottom of the barrel. She's an Aquarian. I'm telling you, Elon Gates has Aquarius in his chart, which I was really happy to see, actually, in the positions. Elon Musk, is it? Yes. I'm going to do his chart. Anyway, chart. Okay. Oh, chart. How old are your kids, chart? You're going to hear of someone having a baby? If you can't be careful, be good. If you can't be good, buy a pram. That's what my ex used to say. What am I saying here? Do you feel ready to make a decision? You might have thought of something like, the anniversary. I'm getting that it's almost like you're wanting to make a decision. The decision seems to be to do with do you, don't you. Now, do you, don't you what? Is this about communicating? I'm also seeing a dating site. Have you been thinking about going on a dating site? During Mercury retrograde, you probably find your bloody twin on there. Or your soulmate, or some blast from the bloody past. You probably find your mother or father on there. You're like, hey, what are you doing on here? Speaking of which, I must talk to my mother about that. She did join a dating site. I'm dobbing on you, Mum. And she had a photo that she was trying to upload, and apparently she uploaded my photo. And I said, well, they're going to have a real big surprise when they don't meet me. So apparently I'm on a dating site somewhere, and my mother used my image instead of hers. And she goes, it accidentally went up. Come on, she's 70. I'm not 70 yet. And if I said to her, damn, girl, you look good. If I look like this when I'm 70, I will be like, I don't know what I did right. Was it Botox? Okay, there's a decision you want to make, Char, right? And it's almost like you're like, I want to bloody make a decision, but you're pulled in two directions. Now, this could be that there is an offer for someone. If you get surprise news of some disaster that has happened on their side, you might have this questioning mind where you think, okay, do I reach out? Do I say something? Look, if it's always something terrible like that, 100% reach out. You know, reduce the ego, go in, you know, deal with it, send your condolences, love and understanding. But I also feel you are attracting people. And if you felt really tired and you felt really unmotivated by everything, I do feel that you do know where you're going in life, and it's into the future, right? It can feel that you are going to feel more determined this month, but it can just be a little bit more challenging because of the Mercury retrograde. But you will be different by the time you come out of that rebirth. I do get that. you might have to have a little bit of courage. Well, what are you wanting to do here? You're going to get some gossip. Listen. Don't give them too much information. This could also be messages coming through media. Yeah, observe. You are safe. You're protected, but I feel some gossip coming towards you. If it kind of rattles your skin, rest, recover, absorb it, digest it. Don't go into presuming. I do say this is something to do with your love interest, okay? So I think there's some gossip or news that's coming through. It might be additional to the information you're being privy to. It might surprise you. It could be something really good because the universe is saying, get ready. There's a relationship on its way, okay? But also, if you know what you need to do and you haven't done it, the universe is going to make you do it. So trust your instincts with that one, whatever that means. That's a coded message for you. My twin finally acknowledged that he's dreaming about me and my name. Yeah. Yes, the joys of union. That's okay, Charles. Who did I have next? I tell you, next time you see me, I'm going to have glasses. Angela, and then Dawn. Angela. Okay. Now, Angela, how transparent can I be? That may be a private reading. Okay. Now, there are some situations in your twin flame path that have healed away, okay? And that can be addictive tendencies, codependency. It's moving to the past. Can it be coming back up again emotionally? Yes. You emotionally also feel you have seen changes, and they have been very different, but you're quite nervous about some bad news that can come in. You also, it's more what you're seeing than what you're hearing, and it's kind of like you're feeling that there's an odd thing that's not being spoken about. It's not quite making sense to you. My guides are making reference to the things that you're seeing, but not necessarily being spoken about, the things that you're concerned about. You also feel that situation with tribe can take a lot longer than what you anticipated, and that's your instincts. That's your concern. Okay. Not that, it's not from a negative point of view for a lack of integrity. It's more just how to share fatigue. You know what I mean? Sooner than you think. Sooner. You feel that the union has been put on the back burner. You understand, you're not we have a term for it, which we were talking about this word the other day, word sensitivity, and how words to certain people can mean one thing and then to another there can be no emotional connection to it. And there's one naughty word, which is the Australian. There's a brand over here that is Australian, and it's see you in the Northern Territory. And I'll just leave that to the creative mind. It's like you're not a see you in the Northern Territory kind of girl, right? But you do feel this has been put on the back burner. This is something that is heartbreaking, but it's for healing and closure. You keep feeling that, is this going to go pear-shaped? Am I cursed? Is it going to be okay? There's a lot of chemistry that's coming up between you, but you feel at a drop of a hat you might need to go, and you just hope that you can be there. The partnership's here. I don't see any, bad things. My twin and yours might be related in the past. Who's that? Giggles on mine. Man problems here, Doug. Madonna, mine said same, admitted. Yeah, I was surprised how many songs that my twin had. I was like, really? And they were, the scary thing, the song I Would Catch a Grenade for You. I remember I was like, I would always pick the songs and say, yeah, that used to be one of my songs for you. And he looked at me and smiled. He goes, do you know when this song came out, I knew. And I went, bloody oath, you should know. I bloody used to. We do realise then we can't do everything. We weren't meant to do everything. Big paddle, feminine, rolls the red jacket out. My king. Meanwhile, you're muddy, broken, and you're like, do you love me? Hey, and you're broken, So it's like self-love, get the balance there. They never wanted you to do that. Yeah, look, the connection's here. I feel that you may fly at a drop of a hat. There could be something. But I just feel let her feel. Let her feel. I feel both of you are feeling that. It can regress and bring your emotions up relating to transcendence and, nothing bad here, but your fears are there. It's like you're two people. In one breath, you're the old energy of the fair-based frequency, and the other, you're the human mind. And remember, the feminine's energy was to make sure we don't dip into too much ego. Dawn, you are shitting yourself, and you need to just do it, okay? You're not visualizing success. You're like, no, what if this happens? What if that happens? No, it's not the right time. I've got to get the flowers and the air temperature correctly. What are you doing, Dawn? What are you doing, Dawn? Let's pull a chakra card for Dawn of should she drop the mic? Should Dawn drop the mic? Bob the Builder. Dawn, better hurry up, girl. Okay? Mercury be going retrograde. Are you going to be like, did I say that? Did I not say that? You want to get it done before you get confused, girl. Should I, shouldn't I? Should I, shouldn't I? Just say it. He won't let me have a serious convo. It reminds me of those days where we had that paper where you could put a cryptic code on it and it would burn 007. Encoded message. Well, just put it out of your mind till it eventuates, right? Because you're like, oh my God, when am I going to get the time? Am I going to be able to, talk? And so it's delayed, but it's frustrating, both of you. He won't let me have a serious conversation. So what has he been doing, Dawn? I'm fixing my car. I can't wait to meet this guy. Dawn, I'm going to come over. You know how you can't get that convo going? You get Chicken Man to come over, my lady. I'm telling you, you get that Chicken Man to come over and I tell you, your twin will be turning up the bells on. Jealousy's going to crop up this month. Okay, how is this going to play out for Dawn? Dawn. Thanks, Skiggle. Dawn, are you... This month can be really emotional for you, but I think you're underestimating the beauty of the transit for you next month. I don't think you're quite anticipating how good this can be. Okay? Because you're feeling there's abandonment, there's energy. It's like, I've been left behind. No, you haven't, right? You're free, you're single, you're fancy free, you're hot to trot, right? That does for a person that's really keen on you and has said to you many, 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 many times, I don't want to be without you. I'm not going to lose you. But I'm in a karmic relationship. It really sucks, but I don't want to lose you, right? What you actually get is the person being playful when you have no attachment, but they realize, hey, I am actually single on the market. I need you to comprehend that. And not necessarily if I would react like your karmic and want to hang out and be peeps. So this can cause jealousy. Do you get what I'm saying? But see, it's always in the spiritual connection. 9 times out of 10, we've put, where is it? What should I use? We've put the mental piece of a vision from one perspective. And I've said this to a few of the clients that I coach, Kerry. We've done this exercise before. When you say to yourself, for instance, they're partnered, I'm not, they must be happy, bloody, bloody, blah. Remember, okay, but they have you that they keep calling. They have you that they're going to when there's issues. So how can you actually turn that thought process around? They can't be that happy if they're doing that, number one, all right? Because what you're doing is saying they've got the whole package, but the whole package is kind of split between 2 human beings. And I think for the collective, we've kind of got to a point where we don't want, a lot of chemistry over there, but hey, they don't do the dishes or that, it's merging. It's where the ideals between 2 worlds actually match. So a lot of times when we're in a karmic relationship, we tend to get fed elsewhere because they don't fit the whole bill. And so spiritually, when you take yourself out of that equation, they're thinking you're going to be there forever. And it's sort of like, yeah, but you're going crazy going, oh, they're so happy. Everything's so peachy and perfect. But the thing you have to understand is once you change your vibration and you realize if you're socializing, they can't stay like that forever. And if they do choose to, it's because they're quite content and it's great. And we know that's not true either. So by you living purposefully in your life, it might be going out for coffees with your girlfriends, not answering the phone just when they need you. You're making your life a priority, and that can cause a transformation where you're the trophy on the stand, right? Well, hey, I'm free and I'm having a great life. I'm going out, I'm having fun, I'm enjoying my career. That's sexy. If you're looking at it that, when am I going to get that phone call? It doesn't necessarily, and I'm not saying you do that. I mean, that might have been in the early days when we were Tonka trucks. Do you get what I'm saying? Because I'm kind of seeing there's a lot of people that are really attracted to you. You're not alone. You want more socialization. You want more fun. You want the high vibe career. I kind of feel you're going through this rebirth and you're like, do I want a relationship? Yes, but not like that. If you're going to be transparent with me, I see this person opening up. I do feel, I'm going to pull a clarify. I do see a major conversation here. A major conversation. Yeah, I think it makes you second guess yourself because they're so sucky poo with the karmic. And so that makes you feel that they're not going to want you. Go hang out with some people. The truth will be told. I do feel, anytime you've had somebody at your bloody house, they're jealous. So that's a lie, John. Stop saying that because you're manifesting it. Okay? Stop it. Stop it. Own your power. Own your truth. You can be saying, look, I'm just going to be transparent with you. If you're happy with that, I'm happy for you. And I don't want to disrupt your connection, but I'm going to be transparent with you. I don't want to hang out with you and have dinner with you and karmic-y. Have fun with that. Enjoy your chicken dinner and make a reservation and go out with a bunch of friends. Take some photos. Look like you're living the life. Think back to the wonderful times that you had as a person in the style that you had, and I can guarantee you they missed that too. Where these boys at YILDIZ? Well, that's because we're working all the time, Dawn. We need to get our head out of the emu floor. Socialize, go out. Like even if you're at a coffee shop, a restaurant, a bar, there's human beings around. You're a Gemini, doll. You can talk. Right. Ben, last but not least, thank you very much for waiting. How are you? What would you like to know? I've just realised twin was all questions. In that case, no, anything you want covered. It doesn't have to be twin flame. It can be anything you want. Super chats are open for anything. Was all questions. So you've released. Or was that in the basis of, yeah, what would you like to know? Unless I have misunderstood the sentence. I've just released twins was all questions. Yeah. So the person, is this person transcended over? Because I feel this person's at a distance. Thanks, Storm. I feel this person's at a distance. Now, this can be, again, sometimes, how do I put it? Sometimes spiritually and psychically, these individuals can either be passed over or they directly can be more spiritual energies but further away. I feel like through a portal. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Look, it can be that they're really, really psychic. I feel this person is actually quite psychic. They're very spiritual. It's almost like, and look, the oversoul and the energy of what the energy, the spirit was, that is very different to the 3D realm. She feels like a guru. The energy feels like a she, intuitive, like a guru. It feels like a spiritual guru. This person might have been quite very quiet and reflective, the sort of person that listened quite a bit. What do you want to know? Yeah, they're very almost like they don't give you a lot of information. They're very, very wise, but it can really challenge you to do a lot of work, challenge you to intellectually dissect everything. They're very this person reminds me of my father. My father was more a metaphor person. Very cryptic in the way he would deal with circumstances. So it was like I spent a lot of my time spiritually dissecting those polarities. But that's how I'm seeing them come through. I feel there is a time to connect, but I want to hear from her. I feel this person's at a different location. Why am I feeling it's either a different state, a different country? I can see maybe a telephone call. But I am seeing a beach. There's a lot of white. I feel they're wearing white. There's purity. It feels like a rebirth with them within their life. Why am I seeing a different location though? Yeah, because I'm seeing this. They're looking out. They're wearing white. Very, very beautiful. And it's like they're looking out into the abyss. They could be actually quite well to do. But I don't feel they're defined by finances. A very, very beautiful person. Feel in your own life, there's a lot of professional opportunities coming your way. And it could be that you do end up doing that. And that's where it actually transitions over. I kind of feel both of you are in a T section in the road where there's a major decision to make. And I kind of feel there's a left and right. But I feel it's relating to maybe something that you're going to be doing with your work energy. Look, it could be if there's work that you do online, you're actually able to transfer that over. But I feel there's a business element to what's happening in your life at the moment with something that's changing. So do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, they feel a little bit depressed at the moment, but it's reflective. It's not, oh my gosh, I really hate my life or anything like that. It just feels very reflective. It's very silent. It's silent. Ghostly silent. I don't feel they're a jealous type. Sometimes that can maybe confuse you. I don't feel this person is a jealous type. Very, very old soul. Yeah, not feeling and jealous at all. So, yeah, are you starting a business or do you have a business that you're running? Because I kind of feel there's a major message for you that you are doing something. It can be media, it can be like I said, spiritual energy, but I feel it's a big business. It feels like a very big idea. Either you're directly thinking about doing it or you've already started. That is kind of linking with transferring and moving. Do you understand what I'm saying? This person is not a jealous person. Yes, I have started a YouTube channel. I feel it's going to give you the flexibility that if you wanted to move somewhere, it'll give you that. I do feel it'll do quite well. But I'm also feeling part of that spiritual journey, because we're always the yin to the yang, especially, the collective twin flames. We are quite psychic too. We're developing that psychic energy. You feel spiritually you do want to go. I feel you will be going, but you're trying to find a way at a financial level to stabilize everything so you can move. Cool. I'll have to go and check it. But there is going to be a change of plans. Yeah, this person's not a jealous person, Dale. So I kind of feel they'll be very open. They will be very beneficial for you. I do feel they've got something going on with their family, but you may need to reach out. It sounds odd, but it's almost like I feel it'll be next month where you actually get some news to do with this, but it does feel it's going to move very quickly. But it's funny, no sooner do you actually decide to pour a lot of energy into your own direct foundation, it's almost like this information's coming through. I hope that helps. But you could have some paperwork, you could have a bit of building. I'm seeing some money coming through for you, and I am seeing travel. But it's having the guts to just jump in the deep end. Do you get what I'm saying? Love and light, guys. I hope this helped the end of this month. Good luck with the eclipse. Make sure for next month you're cautious about quantity, mate, because number one, we've got Pluto retrograde, and we have transits of Mars and Scorpio. That's mate, okay? Off, mate. Check your labels. Check your use by dates. Could be recalls. Just be mindful, okay? Be mindful. Eat food groups that protect your nervous system. Look after your aura. Reduce your caffeine. Caution with pacifiers. And I'll see you in the Members Hub next Wednesday. I believe it's next Wednesday. Yeah, it'll be next Wednesday. We do have I'm not done. Who do I have now? Who's next? We do have the webinar that's coming up, which is for the eclipse in Scorpio. Who did I miss? Who did I miss? Yeah. Who did I miss? What about me? Leonix. Bye, Leonix. I'll see you later. She's like, bitch. You got money-related dynamics coming up, woman. Cautious. Documents, money. Let's see with your twin. Okay, I'm going to pull two. Twin and past person. Okay? At the moment, you feel piggy in the middle. Okay? Okay. Other person. We've got other person. I'll just say other person, right? Other person. Whoa. Too many. What do you want to know? I was going to let her go because I have I'm having shitty energy hit me right now. Breathe. It'll be here. You can listen to it after. I'll pull the cards anyway. Yeah, don't freak out. Just drink fluid. Do breathing. Hold your breath. Release. Breathe in. Hold it. Breathe out. It's perfectly normal. Anyone with Taurus and Leo in their chart, you're going to have a sucky time. It's going to pass though. It's like you're in a room of glass and you don't know where you're going. Okay, there's something to do with this past person where it's almost reigniting your intuition, reigniting your feelings, and you're kind of wondering why it was gone in the first place. It may be because you were feeling, something hasn't been finalized in that. The conversations maybe can be an element of healing, but it could get, like, you kind of know that there could be some upheaval and mess. And so you're trying to, it's almost like you're in two minds. 1 minute it's almost like, hey, I'm really tempted by this. The next minute you're kind of thinking, oh my God, am I crazy? Now with your twin, you just don't know what to think with this person at the moment because you don't quite know where they're at. You just feel that they're very dishwatery. There's a lot of insecurities and jealousy that does come up with this person, and they don't make you feel loved at the moment, which is to do with the inner child. And you're just really frustrated because you want them to make up their bloody minds. Yeah, there's been a lot of pain with this person, so you don't know if you can trust them. Okay. And you're kind of feeling that you'd have more luck on the other side. Okay, let me see. What about them with their karmic? It doesn't have to be a karmic. It could be a soulmate. I'll ask the cards. Is it a karmic? Thanks for liking the video. I can't believe how long this video is. Karmic. There's a lot of passion between the both of them, or a soulmate. Okay, soulmate. What's the response for soulmate? I feel there is unfinished business on their side of the fence as well. I do feel there's kids. I don't know why I'm sensing kids. It could be that they have kids, this individual has kids, but there's a kid. Or I'm also seeing a surprise pregnancy. I feel a lot of this is mental healing. If you do go down that road, what will happen? Let's see. If you do choose that path, let's see what's going to come through. What is the advice if Leo next goes down that path with this individual? Yeah, someone's going to get left out in the cold. There could be the circumstance relating to a child as well. I feel you're still going to entertain it. There is a bit of mess here, though. There is going to be jealousy and insecurity from that individual's past partner. It looks messy. Don't forget to hit the bell. Thanks, Giggle. Friday subbies get lives. Yes. I am actually getting some encoding software. So the reason the previous dated update for the live did not work is because I need to plug in the coding. So I'm sorting that out on my end. Good old Mercury retrograde. And I will connect it in and so that you guys can see when these streams are coming live. So I'll have a look back at that. I'm looking at Streamlabs at the moment, which I have used other platforms, but other coding software, OBS and all the rest of it. But we'll have a look at it and I'll see how I go. Take care, guys. I'll see you on the other side. For those of you who are members of my website, you will get your freebie for the Twin Flame and Star Sign updates. And those of you that are paid, you do have some detailed reports coming tomorrow. Take care. See you soon.